Hey guys, it's Tim here. So time to change the blade on the old mill. So I'm gonna do that and then we're gonna go take a look at this log over here. Okay, so if you're wondering what a blade change consisted of, I already had this detension because it was not in service, but I go ahead and detension it all the way. And then you have 3 snaps like that hold the outer cover. One threaded knob. And then it can open up. Yeah, I should have cleaned all that sawdust out from last time. Alright. Okay, so the other thing I've already gone ahead and done is there's a set screw that keeps this, I'm going to call it like a stop. Now I can flip that, and then you can work on, let's detension that a little bit. There we go. Now that is not normal. So we might have to adjust our guide blocks there, but... Alright, so there's the blade. The blade is off. This one can go ahead and get in the pile for resharpening. Alright, now that since I have everything opened up, blades out, I'm going to take my little chunk of broom here. I'll go ahead and clean this whole area out nice. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go get our new blade and fix it in here right after I clean this little bit of the belt up right there. There we go. Alright, these things are sharp, so I should be wearing my gloves right now. Okay, now that I got it on both band wheels, let me line that one up just a little bit better. That'll work. Oh, it's wobbling there already. Okay, now that I got it there, I'm going to go ahead and start tightening this T-handle, which is going to start tensioning that blade down. And I'm just going to get a little bit of tension on there. A little too much right there, so I'm going to back it off. Now that we got a little bit of tension, I can get it lined up by feeling the back edge of the wheel to the blade. Okay, feels pretty good. Alright, the next step we're going to go set it at 25 foot-pounds because that's what this mill requires. We're going to torque it. Alright, so now that it's 2 spec on the tension, we're going to go ahead and move the wheel around a little bit and we're going to feel if it's moving. I have a slight suspicion that we're going to have to, I don't feel it there, if you don't feel it, let's try one more revolution, that'll really tell the tale. Okay, so there's a lot going to the back on the top. So if we were to fire this up right now, in a matter of seconds, it would just push the whole belt off to the back and we'd have some problems. So we're going to go ahead, detension it, okay, and then there's a adjustment screw over here. I'll show you. All right, so now we're over here. Weird angle for me there. Okay, so now we want to adjust this bolt in small increments to put the right angle of the wheel on. So we need it to go forward, which I believe is this way. So we're going to take this and we'll just do about a half a turn right there. Okay, we'll tension that back up, and then we'll go back and repeat the process. We'll tighten this all the way to tension, because if you don't do it all the way, then it's not going to be correct when you go to fire this up. So let's seal this just a little bit there. All right, that's all we needed. So now the blade is tensioned. All right, let's look around. So now if I bring you back over here, like so, we can spin this around a couple times. And then if we feel back here, the blade is in its correct spot. While we got that cover off, I'll just set it there. Alright, there's that. Okay, alright, so here we go. Here is our log that I'm looking at cutting today. I'm thinking about. It's got, you know, pant leg crotch in it, and it's approximately just over 8 feet long. It's 14 inches diameter on the far end, and my problem at this moment is that I can only cut 22 inches in diameter. This end here is about 25 is what I'm getting on this. So if I just kind of eyeball it there, come down, there's 23 and a half maybe, but when I get down to here, it looks like if I hold it right to that log, I get about 25. Now this end here is nice and straight. This side has a whoop to it, so I think I might put it on the mill, come up and cut about 3 inches off, and then flop it to see if it'll fit on the mill. It may or may not, so well, let's get it up on there and we'll figure out how to cut it. Alright, so I have the log up on end, and I've set the blade off the top of the bunk to 21 7/8. I'm hoping that there's less than 1/8 of an inch of deviation from this. I might have to re-rotate it, but we'll see. So we should be making a cut somewhere right in here. We'll just go ahead and I'll get my little hatchet and clean up some of this dirty bark, since we have a nice new blade on there. Alright, watch that, Tess. There we go. off to the first couple cuts. There's some nice figure. There's a seam of bark inclusion in there, and then it swirls around where that branch came off. So it's pretty neat. All right, let's make a couple more 8/4 cuts. I think 2 more or so should get us down past this hollow. Well, I was wondering if it was going to do that, and it did. It split at that bark inclusion there. Kind of neat, but I don't know what you do with it. I guess you could, once it dries, you could always epoxy that in or something. Well, that's kind of surprising. There was a hollow spot there once I got that slab off, but just the color difference. How dark this half is compared to this half. That's pretty neat. I'm kind of concerned that it's going to split again. And then we also got a nice kind of rotten spot down here where that branch was. There's a bunch of like dirt. And it goes, I can stick my finger in there a good little ways. So we'll see what happens. It might lead to some interesting stuff, but this tree must have been dying because it almost looks like it's dead wood in this vicinity. Compared to this looks normal. All right. Alright, well, it definitely opened up in here. There's probably a 3-inch deep hole. It's 4 to 5 inches, and it looks like it continues up into this area. There's also a pocket here that we're just getting into. And actually 2 more pockets, but just the figure that's in this crotch area up here is pretty neat. We'll take a closer look. I mean, it almost just looks like fire in here, but it's tearing away. So this stuff was definitely dead, like I thought. Dying in here anyway. And this was more live. But that's pretty neat looking. If it was salvageable, I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay, let's take our next 8/4 slab off here. All right, look at, now we're getting down into right where it's quarter sawn. And we're getting some of the sunburst. And then it still has some of that really cool dead stuff in there. Good bark inclusion. You could fill that with some colored epoxy or something and really make it stand out. Alright guys, thanks for joining me while I cut this log. It ended up being really neat inside. I didn't expect to have a hollow cavity or anything in there. Both ends of the log were solid, so that was pretty neat to see that it all weeped in through that crack in the crotch. But this piece is starting to dry out, and I'm even seeing more stuff in it. I see some the quarter sawn sun bands in there, or whatever, sun rays. I don't know what they really call them, but someone will correct me. But this dead wood in here just really sets it and makes it look like it's on fire to me. You can see it in there. It's the sun's coming down and casting weird shadows, but this is drying, already starting to dry out nice and white. But I posted them. I put them for sale, so we'll see if someone makes something out of them. But thanks for joining me, and don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and we'll catch you next time.